Welcome to Media Monsters. I'm Jeremy Schreifels.
I'm Danny Galvez.
We're here to change your media life.
Every single ounce of it, too. This is our first episode, too. And
Yeah.
We're not strangers to the microphone or to the stage or behind the drum kit. And, part of this episode, what we're going to cover is basically who we are, who Media Monsters is for, what you're going to learn here, and why we started Media Monsters. And first, we want to start by saying thank you for taking the time. Thank you for making the investment of your energy and attention to be here with us. It's greatly appreciated.
So I'll start with me. Jeremy Schreifels has been a touring drummer all over the Midwest and U.S. for the last 15 years, and a music producer with international credits from Canada to the Dominican Republic to all over the rest of the U.S. So super excited to be in this Media Monsters journey, and not just talking about music, but talking about audio, video, everything that has to do with the media space.
You forgot to mention radio, Jeremy. You're now a radio producer too.
I am now a radio producer. See, the list is getting long, Danny. I better start a punch list.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's really funny too how this happened. But we'll kind of get into that story after. My name's Danny Galvez. I come from a radio background. I was in radio for 17 years and worked off and on quite a bit, and coupled it with waiting jobs. Those types of jobs in radio are very glamorous. They pay you in sun dollars because a lot of DJs want to work in the South where it's warm. But at 19, I started doing that. And then I made a foray into the mortgage industry, where I worked as a loan officer and ended up eventually becoming a recruiter. During that time, I also dove into audiobooks and have about 80 titles under my belt. And it's fantastic. I've written, narrated, not written, but produced, narrated, and fulfilled those audiobooks to the marketplace. So you can go to Amazon and type in Daniel Galvez, the second narrator, and you'll see my name pop up on multiple titles, everything from romance to business books. And then I made a jump into a personal development network called Apex, and I serve as the chief happiness officer there. So soon to be the operations and for the client services team, which is fantastic, and pretty excited about all the things that we have going on. And I'm also co-founder of Monumental Voice Media, along with my co-founder, Jeremy Schreifels. So did you want man, our lists are too long, right? It's like they tell you, like, give the elevator pitch anytime you meet people in business, right? It's like, so what do you do? Right?
Yeah. And when they talk about elevator pitch, it's like, how many floors are in this building? Because I feel like we need to go to like the Sears Tower, or what's that tower in Dubai? Like, we need to go to the top of that one, because our lists just keep continuing to grow.
Yeah, I think it's a natural progression for life too. And everything starts with, that chance connection, that opportunity, those engagements. And just to give you a little backstory, a little bit like how we came together. And I met Jeremy because I was editing a podcast for one of my clients at the time. And Jeremy was a featured guest, and he had just released Road to 99. I think you forgot to put author in there too, because you're also an author. That needs to go on your tower, your elevator pitch. Oh, and I'm an author, speaker. So
this is perfect.
I know, it's great, man. We need to really get our stuff together, right? If you can just say it in 3 words, what do you do? I am this. I am Jeremy.
I am me.
I am me. Yeah, we met because I heard Jeremy on a podcast, and I really liked what he was saying. And, it was great, and I've told you this before too, Jeremy, but I was listening, and, we wander the world and we go through our experiences in life, and some of them are very traditional. Some of them have parallels, but, at the end of it, we always find our people that we're supposed to connect with. And, you were the other missing piece of what I was already building, the stuff that I had written out in notebooks years before, 5-6 years ago. I can look back, and it's great to be able to look back at that, because it's humbling and it's quieting, because I was working that whole time from the point that I wrote everything down, from, courses to, an outline for what a business would look like, for, producing audio and podcasting and voiceover and audiobooks. And it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. But I heard Jeremy on the podcast, found out he was in the same network that I was in. I happened to miss him because he was onboarded by somebody else in Apex. And next thing you know, I said, hey man, we should talk. I enjoyed your episode. And then we had a Zoom call, and then that was it. We just started putting things together. So
yeah, and I think it was not just a perfect alignment. It became a perfect alignment, and I think it was because of what you just said, and it was the perfect complement to what I felt like I was missing in the music and the audio space. Was how do I take this one step further than just working with songwriters or just working with artists? Because working with helping people produce their media in terms of podcasts and audiobooks and corporate narration and voiceovers and those kinds of things, it's still on that same skill set, but it took my brain to a whole new space. And we've been able to even expand on that even more, which you are also going to hear about in ongoing episodes.
yeah, and the main reason why we started, Media Monsters, you're probably listening in saying, all right, where does this apply for me? Well, everyone, if you think about it, is their own brand or company, your family. You are a media company, essentially, which means you have to become a media monster if you're going to spread the message of your brand, get out and meet more people, network with like-minded people. You have to be someone who is so recognizable. Everything starts on social media. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that that's where all the eyeballs are. In the old days, it used to be radio. When radio came in, awesome. They made it even better. Decided to put audio with the image, TV, right? And now we come into the advent of the internet, and now it's video, audio, and everything that's included, along with the graphics. So that's just the tip of what we're going to be talking about on Media Monsters. And we really appreciate feedback and engagement. We're not sitting in an ivory tower pontificating. We are not the experts in everything. Believe me, I think the one thing that makes us work is the fact that we're eternal students. Jeremy was the teacher. You left that off your punch list too. He was a teacher for 20 years.
I thought I was giving the elevator speech, and you gave the long anecdotal story of your life. So I promise on a future episode to also do my long anecdotal story of myself.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right in terms of like just providing value and learning along with you, but also giving you like, what did we learn this week? What are some tools that we put in our toolbox to either help our clients or help ourselves with our brands? Because we know there are so many tools out there and so many different apps or software or tips and tricks that everybody is using. And if we can all bring that to one space and share that, it just helps everybody build their brand and the awareness in their business.
And we're excited too, because, referencing back to that point of, like, as you say, Jeremy, bring everybody together. We know other people that are really good at a lot of different things that we are not. But we have great relationships with them. We've made those connections, and we're going to feature them on this podcast too, because we know we're not the experts. We already know the experts. We know the people that are dominating in video and audio, that are dominating in the event space, people that are writers, that are ghost writers. We're working with people that are starting to write scores for film, and also writing manuscripts for film. So they're conceptualizing shows. The world has changed. If you think about Hollywood in its heyday, people thought, oh, that's the Mecca. That's where you have to go if you want to become big. That has all changed. You can be somebody from Dubuque, Iowa. You could be a farm kid shooting hoops. You could be the kid out in New York City dancing, doing the thing that you always do. You could be the guy that's playing in a band, right? And you just happen to consistently post and share your experiences of your life. We're going to be talking to those kind of people. And a lot of those people have a lot bigger following than most of the celebrities that you know, or the perceived celebrities that you know. So we're going to take a deep dive. We know a lot of people that are excellent at branding, that are excellent at marketing. We know a lot of people that are wizards in their craft. I'm going to bring that all to you here on Media Monsters.
And make sure to reach out and let us know what things that you are wanting to hear more about, or what issues are you having problems in your media spaces, or what are you interested in? Gets you excited? What did you see? Share it in the group. We do have a Facebook group that is set up. If you go to facebook.com/groups/media monsters, all one word, come join us inside that community and just share your light, share your opportunities, and then see what new thing that you can put into work this week. Because if you continue to grow and expand, so will your brand and so will what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, me and Jeremy are very connected, and like we're very engaged people too. We're not just doing this because we're like, oh, let's just fill up our group. We're really engaged in what we're doing. We're hoping to learn and grow from you too. So the contributions are welcomed. Just go read the rules inside the group, but we're there to share, connect, engage, and you'll be amazed. There are a lot of nice people in this creative community. And it doesn't matter if you are in finance. If you think that's not sexy or that it doesn't apply to your business, it does very much so. If you're an HVAC, if you're an electrician, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be an author. You don't have to be a speaker. Let's say you have aspirations to be a speaker. This is going to be the place where you're going to want to come. Maybe you want to start a podcast. Maybe you want to write an audio or create an audiobook. We have tools, tips, tricks, and strategies to show you how to do all of that. And wherever you're stuck in your life or in your business, we're going to be infusing a lot of that into this network because we know a lot of powerhouse players doing amazing things in their corners of the world. So before we wrap this episode, we're going to feature a segment to start out, something for you to take with you, because we don't like people coming over and not sending them off with a gift. So we're going to reach into our toolbox. So Jeremy, why don't you share what's in your toolbox this week?
I think something super exciting in my toolbox this week is a online app or software called Headliner. And if you go to headliner.app, you can log in and create an account and set up. Then it gives you an opportunity to create what's called an audiogram, which means you can take a visual element, whether it be that's static, so like an image, something you want to place information over top of, text or image, and then you can put audio to it. And what it happens is it allows you to export that visual and audio image as a video. And we all know that in all of the social media platforms, video gets way more attention and way more eyeballs and a bigger impact in your algorithm to crawl you to the top of who you're trying to reach. It's very simple. You can do a free version or a paid version, and the sky is really the limit because you can import and export any type of file from there.
It's fantastic. In my toolbox, I've got Mematic. It's Mematic, and you can go to the App Store or Google Play and you can download it. And if you're not really familiar with memes, it's named after or in honor of memes. But creating memes, you can use GIFs, you can use even like short format videos, very abbreviated, and still pictures. But if you're clever and you've got a sense of humor, maybe you've got friends or family that are like, oh, you're so funny. I wish you would make memes. I love memes. Memes have been credited with closing millions of dollars in sales just in one company that I know of this year. And it's been an amazing journey to watch. But go in there, have fun. I think there's a yearly subscription to it, but it's totally worth the investment, especially if you close one sale. It doesn't matter what product or service you sell. I mean, depending on what it is, if you're selling a digital download, it might take you 3 of those for you to justify the investment. We don't call them expenses here on Media Monsters. Everything that you are spending your finances on to acquire the tools necessary to make you more successful, those are investments, right? And it's the cost of doing business. So I don't even like the word cost because it's an investment. What happens if you don't invest? It starts with the toolbox, you taking your time, you paying attention, and learning as much as you can. And hopefully we can help you do that here on Media Monsters. So that's going to be our first episode for the week. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And if you want to connect with us, you can connect with us at info@monumentalvoicemedia.com. Connect with us at info@monumentalvoicemedia.com. And Jeremy, what's the Facebook group again?
If you go to facebook.com/groups/media monsters.
Fantastic. That's good. Look, your brand new friends are already waiting for you. There's lots of people waiting for you there too. So make sure you join us, get engaged, introduce yourself. Don't be afraid to post up silly pictures and share your day with us. And yes, we do not mind pictures of tacos and burritos and cheeseburgers because we also happen to be foodies. So we're going to put that on our elevator pitch list.
Perfect.
That's awesome. Till next time, be safe and be a media monster.